we basically said what we're trying to create is a very special type of experience, and that experience is called the space between. So it's this part of the triangle that I'm standing in. What is the space between? Well, it's temporal, doesn't last. It's created, it has to be designed for and held by the catalyst or a leader. It is the space where this collective potential comes from. And it's a space where everybody feels a shared empowering experience. So this is the space between. Now what these are is the elements that we've identified as important to creating that space. So on one hand, you have to understand people. You have to work with stakeholders. You have to build the right teams with the right qualities. You can do training and coaching with those people in ways to help them. Here you have the environment, and you have both the physical and the semiotic environment. So if you look around you, you're in a physical environment. That environment has embedded symbols. It has specific arrangements of furniture and people. And all of these things actually subtly influence people in the creative process. Okay? And then you have looking at process, which again is split. It's the actual program itself. What are we going to do? You know, we have that written down over there. And then it's the facilitation. How are we going to do it? Okay. And then you'll see at the bottom, I put catalyst here. Because I realized a catalyst, you know, in chemistry is something that causes a chemical reaction. So when we're thinking about creativity, a catalyst is something that causes a shift, a powerful shift in the group that may generate powerful insights. And a catalyst can come from the facilitator, it can come from the team that's in the room, it can come from someone that's not even in the space, maybe just the person in the organization that made it possible to engage in a program like this.
Brian, would you also say it could come from the environment also?
Yes, I would, actually. I think the catalyst can come from almost anywhere. So, maybe this isn't altogether new to you, but this is what we want to workshop today. So, the last question we were asked is what holds all this together? And I realized that the best metaphor for this is a performance from theater. If you go to a great performance, you have your actors, you have your script, you have your director, you have an audience and an environment. Okay? And those magical nights are not any one of those things in and of themselves, but it's some kind of particular combination of them that creates that memorable experience. Okay? So that's a really good metaphor, is how can we, as we lead events with people, create that powerful experience, that memorable experience, this tight space between, from which insight can come